guys, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
This is a new thing I'm trying to pioneer, and whatever this program is,
Whatever.
I think it'd be important to like showcase what's going on. So like my vision and all this is to like get people that have been in the program and at least maybe through here, and if not, maybe even outside here, to like come on and give a solid message and also just like have fun. You know?
Yeah, I know.
I think we're all interesting people.
I do too. I think that we're all a good time too.
I think we're a great time. But yeah, I don't know. We could get a couple different people on here each week, and
couple
so
2 tree people.
Yeah, why not?
Right.
But yeah, this is probably going to be the only episode I'm ever on.
That's not fair. I don't think that's okay.
Well, I'll be on it. Just
don't I have any rights that like I can't sign off on that or not sign off on that?
I mean, sure, yeah.
Yeah, I think we gotta.
But I am here
ignore that
with my co-producer of this show, which we still don't have a name for yet.
I thought we were going with On the Mend.
I like you know what? Yeah, all right. Welcome to On the Mend.
Welcome to On the Mend.
Welcome to On the Mend. Our new program, a new talk show.
Yep, a podcast.
A podcast, if you will. But I don't know. Why don't we just get into it? Kind of show an example of like what I kind of feel like this thing should be.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So, what made you want to like do this project with me?
Because anytime I need somebody,
yes.
Anytime somebody comes to me with something they're thinking of doing that's like productive and success driven, I want to be a part of it. Especially my butterflies.
Am I one of your butterflies?
You're one of my butterflies. Yeah, you're one of my butterflies that was once in a little cocoon that we handled with.
Then I got very hungry.
You were starving.
I was starving.
And then you just.
I'm still starving. I'm really hoping this project takes off.
Me too.
Because if it makes money and all that, I can work less, and I could go to more meetings. Yeah, it would be great.
Yeah.
And also I'd be helping people. Hopefully I'd be getting a message out to.
That's always the goal, right?
That is always a goal.
Without saying.
Yeah.
So what else? What else do you want for this?
What do I want for this?
Yeah.
I don't know. What big sober people are out there?
I told you, Jelly Roll.
We could try to get Jelly Roll.
Eminem.
We're getting Eminem.
But Eminem's coming.
Marshall, if you're listening or watching this, like, hit up my DMs. B-Ball Dave 69.
Get in there. Get in there.
You know what's funny about that is that like you would think that's like a username that someone would pick when they were like 13.
Was it?
I made it like 5 years ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was sitting in the car thinking of like funny usernames, and I was like, that would be pretty funny. B-Ball Dave 69.
That's a good one.
It's memorable for sure.
I know it definitely is.
Yeah. What would you come up with for a nickname, for a username?
For myself or for you?
Yeah, no, for you.
For me. Why are you gonna do that to me right now? I don't know. A funny nickname?
Yeah, well, not a nickname, but like a username.
I don't know. I can't come up with one on the cuff.
1D fan.
1D fan?
Yeah, 1D fan 724. I don't know.
That's it.
That's it?
I couldn't come up with anything better.
Of course not.
No way.
But I don't know how you couldn't though. I mean, you're the biggest One Direction fan I know.
I really am.
It's a shame we didn't get a hold of Liam before he passed.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Liam Payne. What do you think happened there?
Same thing you think happened?
I mean, I always think of the funniest outcome.
For someone's death?
No. I mean, funniest.
For someone's death? Oh my God. Where is this episode
Look,
going?
I still need this. My point is I still need help in this program.
Every day there's still something that you can learn and take from it.
Of course.
It's fine though. Honestly, dark humor is my favorite humor.
Yeah.
So,
no, of course.
What happened?
Oh, to Liam Payne?
Yeah.
Well, he thought it would be. I mean, what like actually like on the surface happened? He fell off a balcony. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, from his hotel room, right?
From his hotel room. Yeah.
You think he was pushed? Like, give me something.
No, I think he was like looking at like a cool rock at the bottom, and he was leaning too far forward, and he fell.
I'm gonna go with he was either drunk or high. I'll just stay. I'll be the one to say those things on the show that no one else wants to say.
Yeah, no, for sure. But it's a shame we didn't get a hold of him.
It is. Maybe we can call in a medium.
A medium?
And still try to get a hold of him.
Yeah, absolutely. Does anyone have a Ouija board?
An Ouija?
An Ouija?
An Ouija board?
Yeah.
I heard those things are really bad.
Are they?
I don't know. I've used them.
I don't think they're real.
Still standing, boy.
I don't think they're real.
Me neither. Not even for a second.
Not even for a second. Have you used one?
Yeah.
What?
I was the one moving it.
You were the one moving it.
Yeah.
What were you asking it?
I think I was asking if my mother was there. I was like, Ma, you here? And then I just moved it to yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Needed a little bit of hope.
I think if I were to use a Ouija board, I would try to contact like John Candy.
I don't even know who that is.
You don't know John Candy? Uncle Buck?
No.
Never seen Uncle Buck.
No.
Or Spaceballs?
Space Jam?
No, Spaceballs.
No.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
No. Next topic.
Don't know John Candy. That's crazy.
No, but how'd he die?
Heart attack. He was a big fat guy. Isn't that crazy?
Boring.
His name was John Candy.
Boring. Heart attack.
Yeah.
No offense to anyone who's lost someone to a heart attack.
Yeah, no offense.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Total offense. What are you doing?
It's fine. Literally.
What are you doing having a heart
I
attack?
better not go out like that.
That'd be horrifying.
I just want to go out somewhere like epic.
Epic?
Yeah, like I want to go out in an epic way. I don't want to be killed, but I want to go.
You don't want to be killed?
We're spiraling right now. Do you want to reel it back in?
Well, you know what's crazy is I've had dreams where I've had a gun pointed at me, and most of the time I'm like, whatever.
Because you're such that person. That would be you in real life.
What? Like you think I would not?
Yeah, you'd
fold
be like
under.
All right, if
It's
this was
time to go.
This was in the cards for me. This was in the cards for me.
Yeah, no, that's true. I've definitely had a lot of those instances in my life. I've driven drunk like too many times in like to like very far places. Did I tell you what? I mean, me unscathed, yes, but my car, no. I remember one time. Oh, I don't remember actually, but I remember the next morning I woke up and like half my car was smashed because like that. Then the flashbacks came back to me of like, oh fuck, I hit like an icy snowbank, and I just like it was between Worcester and like the South Shore, so it was like an hour 10 drive, and it sucks. Yeah, it's bad. But I remember I did it like kind of halfway, and I made it home somehow with a fucked up car.
Whatever. You were fine, not a scratch, I bet.
Yeah. Did I tell you when I got arrested like this last time?
I'm sure you have. I probably forget though. Trauma suppresses my memory.
Yeah. No, I was coming from Plymouth. I was coming from like a 25-minute drive from Plymouth, and I got pulled over about like less than a mile from my house. And the cop asked me like where I was coming from, and I said like the bar right up the street, even though that bar I'm like banned from.
Were you there?
No.
Where were you coming from?
Plymouth, like 25 minutes away.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, "Oh, you seeing the band there?" And I was like, "I have no idea what you're talking about."
You must be the worst liar ever to exist when you're.
I was like, "A band? I didn't even notice." What?
You don't say.
It's a small dive bar.
Oh
like it's clear that I would have noticed there would be a band, but I got found not guilty for that.
You did. I was there for that. I mean, I wasn't there, but I was there.
Well, I mean, because it was clear because I wasn't even drinking.
Right.
For the record, I was allegedly doing all this, by the way.
Yeah, innocent until proven guilty, and you were proven innocent. So.
Yeah, and then a few days after, I went to detox. I had such a good time in detox.
Dude, I can't even believe where you went and how you enjoyed it. Can you just please explain to the viewers where you went?
So,
no offense.
Most of the people who are listening to or watching this know of Brockton, but in the case that you don't, it's definitely one of the
rougher.
It's the city of champions. I don't want to disparage Brockton because I do love Brockton. I have a good time. Like
I'll do the despairing. It's really rough.
It is pretty rough.
Rough to say the least. Some might say a little bit of ghetto.
I went to high school there.
But it's fine. I have family in Brockton.
Yeah.
My grandmother's in Brockton.
There's some good spots in Brockton.
She lives at
the Westgate Mall.
So she lives right by the Westgate
Nice.
Mall.
That's like kind of the nicer area. You're like near Stoughton.
Yep.
But yeah, I went to a place off Main Street in Brockton.
You went to where like people get like sectioned.
Yes. And I made a lot of friends. And it was funny. I like was friends with this guy who was like, I don't know, in his 40s, maybe close to 50. His name was also Dave. And we were the ones to put on movies because we didn't have like Netflix or YouTube or anything. We had cable and a DVD player with like a bunch of different DVDs. And we knew movies. And it was our job to put on the movie every day. And when someone else would try to, God bless him. God bless him.
They got smoked.
The whole time we're like, the fuck is this shit? Who the fuck put this on? This is shit. Boo. The whole time.
Those were such meanies.
Yeah. Well, I was sick.
Now I know that you weren't set up for aftercare, but you ended up at aftercare. Do you think you would have seen such success if you didn't go to aftercare, like Power?
I don't know what my plan was.
You initially only called in for sober living.
Yeah. Well, I knew like I had to get out of the air. Like I had to get out of the sticks. Like I had to be away from nothingness. Mm-hmm. Like I lived in the woods.
Nothingness in isolation.
Isolation. Yeah, and then I couldn't drive. So, and it was like, I'll move close to the city so I don't have to drive anywhere.
Do you think you would have been as successful without aftercare in place and just sober living?
I mean, who knows? I mean, because it's like probably like when I first showed up, I was probably easily swayed to do the wrong thing. But like since I met like such good people who were doing the right thing, and I connected with them, I like ended up doing the right thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I'll never forget. There was like one time, you were like, the house was so tough, and like nobody wanted. It was like that era where nobody wanted to attend a single meeting. Everyone was just super non-compliant, complacent, everything. And you're like, I literally just don't understand. Like, it's just so easy. Just go to a meeting. You just have to show up.
Just sit there.
You just have to sit in the chair and either listen or not even listen. You just have to literally bring your body there.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, even when I would go to meetings, I, like, most of the time wouldn't listen. I would just play songs in my head from front to back, because, I'm a musician. So it's like I'm playing the whole track and how it's played through my head the whole time, so I can make it through a meeting, because it was like I can't. It's hard for me to listen. I like tune out during conversations.
Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about 16 different things.
I'm jealous of that. I'm not thinking about anything most of the time. Like,
it's not easy. Don't be jealous of it.
Yeah. Well, I wish I could think of one thing when I'm like blanking out in the middle of a conversation. I swear to God, I was walking with Dan one time in Boston. And
here he goes.
And no, like we were like in the middle of a conversation. Then like I like was like looked at the directions for a second, and then Dan noticed that I was just not listening, and he's like, "Dave, I'll give you $100 if you tell me what I just said."
You couldn't tell.
I had no idea what we were even talking about.
Sometimes I'm like that when I'm reading a book. Like, if I'm not dialed into that book.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I do that. I was doing that the other day.
17 chapters can go by, and I'll be like, wait a minute. I'm still on chapter 2.
I have to, like, catch myself after every page and be like, okay, did I understand what I just read?
So the more you read it gets easier.
Okay, cool. Because I read some pretty complicated books.
I don't.
Some Dostoevsky or Kafka.
No, I only read
Cormac McCarthy.
I'm still on Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss is good. He's good.
Green Eggs and Ham.
I mean, some of his books, I think, they were like, that's bad, but...
I did hear some controversy.
Yeah. Who knows, though? Whatever. But, yeah, I had... So, going to a meeting, it was strange. But now I'm like...
Now you're sharing them.
I'm not doing it as much anymore because I have to work all the time. But I still made like fit my schedule in a way where the 2 days I have off, I can go to meetings, which is pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. But I hope this takes off so I can go to more. But like it sucks because like I'll find myself like working like on like Friday or Saturday and being like, God, I wish I was just at a meeting. And then I'll like see the other people who live at the houses and they're like not doing anything, and it's like,
It's hard. They just don't want it right now. They just don't want it, and they don't want to be forced and pushed. A lot of people are just in that purgatory state. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and I get that. I remember, especially like when I was like in early recovery, and I remember everyone went hiking one Saturday, and I was like, I'm not going because like, Randy's not there doing step work, and I can just relax and do nothing all day. But now I can't. Like, I get a day where I like am able to do nothing, and then I'm like, I have to do something.
Mm-hmm.
I have to do something.
Yeah, it's easy to get depressed when you have nothing to do. And not to say you're not the depression.
And you don't even realize it, though, that you're, like, depressed. You're just, like, sitting there and you're just mind numb.
Yeah, you're just different. You're just a different version of yourself.
Because you don't, like, understand when you're, when you've never been, like, truly, like, feeling serenity or peace unless you've, like had it before. Because when you do get it, you're like, ooh, I never want to waste away ever again. I don't want to be doing stuff. I mean, there's times where you can relax and like I relax and throw on a movie, maybe take a nap most of the time when I put it on. But again, that'll be like 3 hours and I'm like, all right, I need to go do something.
Yeah, staying busy is important.
Staying busy is super important.
Ran a group the other day about like boring and normalcy, like boredom and normalcy, and how we neglect boredom and normalcy, and then when shit hits the fan, we would do anything for like a boring normal day again, and how we take advantage of that.
Oh yeah, no, I've had plenty of instances where like at the house when you're like when it gets bad and you're like, oh, we had a great house like
but you still
week
nitpicked
ago.
Every little thing, like
even
when the house was good, you were like, ugh.
No, I tend to point out, which isn't good because I feel like that usually jinxes it.
Always.
I'm like, look at this, everyone's doing the thing, we're all having a great time.
It always jinxes it.
Yeah, but it comes in waves, and like it's just like life,
Yeah, I do know.
What's funny is the other day we were, Dan and Matt and I were golfing, and this guy behind us. Like we were talking about like how we're playing or whatever that, and then he said this thing where he just goes, "Yeah, as long as you're having fun, you're way ahead of as long as you're having a good time, you're way ahead of the game." And he has no idea what that just did to me, because I'm like, wow, that's such a great way of looking at just life in general, more than golf. It's just if you're having a good time, then you're already ahead of the game.
So you needed to hear that.
I needed to hear that because I was having a shit day. I was golfing poorly, but
I don't know anything about golf.
That's okay. I'm just learning now.
It seems so boring to me. But look at you now. Look at you like out on the golf course.
Yeah.
What else you got? What else did recovery give you?
Now I cook sometimes.
You do?
Chef has taught me some tricks.
Mac and cheese cups?
No, not just mac and cheese cups. You know what I made before I showed up here was sausages and rice.
Nuh-uh.
Mm-hmm.
Were the sausages already cooked?
No.
Okay.
But I was just trying to sear them, and then I seared both sides, and Chef was just like, "You got to put that in the oven," and I was like,
"You got to cook the inside."
Yeah. I thought you could just cook it on a stove.
You can. They take longer. You have to cover them. Mm-hmm. Sometimes put like something on the bottom of the pan so they don't burn. It's fine. You're getting there.
Welcome to On the Men Cooking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we could do some cooking lessons on this bitch.
Why not? We could get Chef on here.
We could.
He'd be a great guest.
He's the best.
I just wasn't gonna trust him behind the cameras because I don't. He fucks around.
He likes.
He likes to play games. He likes to joke around.
Nate does too, though. So we're running a risk.
Oh, true. Nate's also a chef.
100%. He's a chef?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He is a chef. He's nodding his head. I should have got him a mic too, so he can just chime in.
15
years.
Wow.
15 years. Half your life. You're only 30? 40?
Go, little rock star. How old are you?
33.
33.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I thought you were way younger than me.
But what?
How old are you?
How old am I? I turned 27 in a few months.
Still a baby.
Yeah. That's what's so funny, too, is like people, when they talk to me, they would think I'm like 35.
Yeah, we're old souls.
Yeah, people have said that to me, but I don't feel that.
I feel like I'm still 12.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
I'm still just
definitely
trying to figure life out. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing. My kids ask me questions or just like, I'm like, bro, this is my first time being live. I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel like I've been feeling very childish recently because, I'm still moving into my apartment. I got a vacuum today.
For the first time.
For the first time.
Did you vacuum with it?
I vacuumed with it.
How did that go?
Clean my carpet up. And then I got
the lines in the carpet, in the rug. Do you call it a carpet or a rug?
Well, it's carpeted. I don't have like a
throw rug.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not like it's like this. It's carpeted all over.
Yeah,
from like,
so that's a carpet.
Yeah.
But some people will say I'm vacuuming the rug.
No, it's not a rug. This is not a rug.
No, this is a carpet.
That's a carpet.
Do you call it the parlor or the living room?
I call it living room, but on my breaker switchers, it says parlor.
Parlor.
Yeah, I don't have a Boston accent.
Parlor. What about the cellar or the basement?
The basement.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Psychopath.
What do you mean?
It's a cellar.
Why is it a cellar?
You go down the cellar and you get the pasta
The
sauce.
cellar?
Yeah, you go down the cellar.
What's in the cellar?
The pasta sauce.
The pasta sauce?
Yeah, it's in the cellar. Clicker or remote? Remote.
I switch. Clicker, remote.
Clicker? Don't even say it then. If you're going to say it like that, don't say it.
Clicker? I'm not from Boston. I don't have a Boston accent.
You're from Massachusetts.
So
you have one?
No. I actually would get like mad because I lived in like the area I did, which is like an hour outside of Boston, and it's like none of you talk like this. None of you like
I hate
fake people.
Fake
Yeah.
accents.
So I kept it real 100%.
Yeah, you kept your R's strong.
Of course.
Yeah.
My R's stay in, and I don't know. My mom was from Ohio. So maybe
so she never had an accent either.
Yeah. My dad's like from like Connecticut, New York. He moved around a lot when he was growing up.
And then what specific city did you grow up in?
A town called Halifax.
In Mass.
In Mass, yeah. It's not in there is a Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, but that's not the one I live in.
Did you know there's a Florida Mass?
Where?
In Mass.
Yes. You keep going. Where in Mass?
I guess it's like 3 hours out near some college. I don't know. One of my clients was telling me that today. I was shocked to find out.
What a dumb fact.
Oh. that's what we're doing? Ew. Okay. Anyway, I'm from East Boston, so my accent's real.
That's where I live now.
I know.
I live in East Boston.
I was born and raised there. Now I'm a Winthropian. If that's how you
Winthropian.
say it.
Yeah. It's crazy how you selectively choose where your R's go.
Me?
It's people from Boston, I guess,
Do we?
Yeah, well, you say like, ka, and then you go idea. You go, I have an idea.
Idea?
Some people do.
I got an idea.
Idea.
Yeah. I always got ideas.
Yeah. But what else has recovery given me?
Yeah, let's get back on track.
Let's get back to the program. Well, that was our fun segment. No, yeah.
Recovery.
That's what I'm saying. Is like we can just do that.
Who are some influential people
Gandhi,
that you've gotten
Martin Luther King. Oh.
that have given you a hope and strength throughout your recovery journey?
God, honestly.
I would expect that to be your first answer.
God. You know what Susan said the other day was like, and I've heard it said all the time, but sometimes you're like, oh shit, it's like, you can't learn willingness.
You can't. You either have it or you don't.
You just have it or you don't. So that's just something I get up and I pray for every day.
Has it ever faded?
Never faded. If I have to do something, I get up and I go do it. Even if I don't want to.
I wish I could be more like that.
What things do you not like to do?
Food shopping, cleaning my house.
Oh, I don't go food shopping. My fridge has been empty since I moved in.
That's not okay.
Sometimes I put a Monster in that I drink in like 20 minutes, like 20 minutes later.
Just to sink through something in the fridge?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I get it at like the corner store, and then I drink one energy drink and then like
You should just buy a box of like teenies.
Yeah, I actually keep meaning to get like a big pack of water and
At least have water in the fridge. What if you have a guest?
I might have a guest soon, so maybe that's gonna be funny. Like, what's in the?
Like, I'm thirsty.
I don't have any.
Drink?
I don't have any cups either.
Oh my god.
I have a lot of plates, a lot of silverware.
I gotta help you.
No, I'll be all right.
Red Solo cups, but
true.
maybe not red Solo cups. Get like the green ones.
Red Solo cups. The green ones?
Yeah, just because.
Oh, because he's triggering.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really drank out of red Solo cups. I was just out of the can guy.
They're only triggering if they were.
I told you what I used to drink. I used to drink like Tennessee honey whiskey and mix it with iced tea.
You did say that.
And I would get really sick, and then I'd be like, "This sucks.
It's disgusting.
I gotta stop drinking all this iced tea."
That's my blood sugar levels.
Dude, this is the acidity is crazy. It's got to be the iced tea.
The lemon.
Yeah, it's the lemon. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't get any better from there.
It usually doesn't.
Yeah.
So what else?
There was something I wanted to bring up, but I don't know. You know what'd be cool is my brother got laid off recently. Mm-hmm. He'd be a good guest to have on.
Bring him on.
He's got 12 years.
Call him down.
Shout out to my brother.
Shout out. Call him in.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's get it locked in.
He led some sort of discussion meeting last night.
Where?
In Providence. He lives down in Rhode Island. Yeah. It's weird to have a relationship with my brother now.
Why?
Well, I mean, like, we started to, like, kind of chat in the last couple of years. Like, before that, it's like I never really talked to him. And before that, it was, like, when I was 12 and he'd ask to borrow money so he could buy drugs. Which is, like, sometimes he would, give it back and all that. But, like, then when I was, like, 13 or 14, then he got clean. And then I don't know, I would never talk to him. I don't really talk to my family that much.
I know.
But I'm in a group chat with my brother and one of my sisters.
Yeah, so you've gotten a little bit closer to them as you've gotten older. You're the baby.
Yeah, I am the baby. Very strange. It is different. It's so weird. I feel like that was a huge part of, like, shifting my brain coming up here into, like, such a condensed area where, like, all my friends, like, are, like, so easily accessible and I can just get to. Because, like, growing up, I was, like, living in my parents' house, and all my siblings have, like, kids and wives or husbands. And I never really chatted with them, so I was just kind of by myself.
Yeah, it's like you were waiting for your little life that you made down here for yourself.
Yeah.
Up here or down here?
Up here.
Up here.
From down there.
But a little life you made for yourself up here.
Yeah. No, it is really cool though. And now I don't know. Like, it's so weird because it's like I never really, like, was alone down there, but I was because I was surrounding myself with people that I would see at a bar.
Yeah.
And it's like, these people are not my friends.
No, they're acquaintances.
They're acquaintances. They're drunken buddies. It's so strange though, because I brought my friend Ryan one time to that bar I typically would go to on, like, Saturday nights and shit, and I, like, everyone's shaking my hand like I'm the mayor, and he's like,
"This isn't a good sign."
How do you know all these fucking people?
Dave, how often do you come here?
I would go 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
One time.
Is that the one you got banned from?
No, the other one. And also, it wasn't my fault that I got banned from that. I mean, it was kind of my fault. One of my friends allegedly stole this other guy's phone because he was bothering him. Because he was like, I don't fucking like this guy. I stole his phone. And he turned it off at the bar. Allegedly, we drove off with it.
It's all alleged.
It's all alleged, and he. Oh yeah, I know. Can you see it? Oh, oops. That's all right. But no, but it was funny because when, like, we drove off, and, like, he's like, pull over here, I'm gonna throw in the woods. He gets out of the car and trips and smashes his face on the guardrail.
He did.
He's all bloody, but like the cops got called on us and everything. Like, they came to the house for a phone. For a phone.
You know how many times my phone got stolen when I was younger?
Yeah, it's like for a phone. Well, it's because The kid we stole, allegedly stole, was also like a cop. And he's like, dude, it's a new phone.
That'll do it.
And
Corruption. Don't get me started, please.
and like my buddy, like, so the kid that we like were there at the bar with, like, I knew his girlfriend. I went to high school with her, and like my friend knew the guy. And when we left and got back to the house, like, the girlfriend is like, hey, do you have Jake's phone? And I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. But then they're like, we're going to call the cops. We're going to come over. They came over. And while my friend is bleeding all over the place, the girlfriend's inside, like, helping him wash up. And Jake's searching my car. And I'm like, dude, I don't know where your phone is. And he's like, of course you don't, fucking retard. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's why you got caught.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah, exactly. Allegedly.
And that sums up like the most excitement you probably ever had in that neighborhood.
Yeah, it's definitely up there. It's one of the most exciting things. Other than that, it was just like driving drunk every weekend.
Pretty much the most exciting you're going to get.
Yeah, I was destined to die down there.
You were set up for failure.
I was set up for failure.
You would think that the city's more dangerous and everything else, but that isolation, man.
No, and I was talking about it with my friend Ryan, who's not in recovery, but he's like a success. He's just like, I mean, he's crazy, but like, I'll just say that. But he does very well for himself, and when I moved up here and all that, I would like tell him things that I found out from that happened down in the South Shore, and he's like, yeah, dude, that place is just such a cesspool. Like, just like, hey, you know who got arrested this weekend? It's like,
because what else is there to do other than get arrested? I would get arrested too. Like, whatever.
Yeah,
like,
I don't.
Some excitement, I'm gonna need it.
Yeah, and I get it. Like, people who've lived in like the city in a congested area for a while, that they're like, oh, someday I just want to move out to like a farm. And it's like, I lived on a farm.
Yeah, no.
I had enough time doing that.
That thought has never crossed my mind. I've never been like, yeah, I can't wait to go like retire on a farm.
Yeah, no,
Ever.
I don't know where I'm gonna retire.
I feel like everybody that I grew up with.
I don't think I'm gonna retire.
Me neither. My generation of people from my area we got older, had kids, got married, and they all live in New Hampshire now. So like a lot of them did have that same idea to like, not only are the house is cheaper, but you get more land, you get all that, but it's never crossed
Who cares?
my mind. It's never. I don't want to leave. Why would you leave right now?
What happens when, like, I don't know, some music artist you want to see comes to town? You can't just take the train over there?
Right. Or like
Yeah, I have to drive in and make big plans.
No. Oh, you have a flight at Logan.
Ugh.
I'm gonna leave like 5 hours earlier now just
Yeah.
to the airport.
Yeah.
I'm good. I live 4 minutes from the airport.
That's it.
You live at the airport.
I live at the airport. Can I get to the airport, like, just walking there?
Yeah.
I know airport train station's right there, but, like, can I just...
I mean, you'd be walking on, like, highway.
I don't want to do that. I don't think I can do
throw
that.
baseball at Logan Airport.
I can, yeah. It sucks, though. It's kind of suck. Like, I mean, it doesn't suck. It's I still, like, live in East Boston. I like that beach in Constitution Beach down there. You can watch all the planes take off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, that's my serenity.
Yeah.
Not live in the woods.
Not the ponies.
I like the ponies.
Not the ponies.
But
they're not your serenity.
They're not my serenity, but I do like them.
Of course.
I would go out and pet them sometimes.
I'm not a psychopath. I don't hate ponies.
Yeah.
They're just not
Sounds
your
exactly
serenity.
like something someone who hates ponies would say.
I rebuke that.
But no, I am lucky though that my like mom has a bunch of like farm animals, because then I do get to go visit them and I get to pet.
I told you.
I get to pet the goats.
It's a good date idea. Like, oh, you're gonna meet my mom.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can lure or something
Ladies,
like that.
ladies.
I'm saying, he has ponies.
I have ponies. Yeah, and a new one, too.
You want a new one?
Well, it's like 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. Her name's Rosa.
Rosa.
They all have Spanish names
I was
because
gonna say that's very Spanish.
they all have
Rosa.
Spanish names because they're Pasafinos.
2% on that one.
All right, well,
We'll wrap it up.
we'll wrap it up. How long has this been recording?
35.
That's good enough.
Yeah.
All right, well, tune in next time we do this, and
Stay tuned.
hit me up if you want to possibly be on the show.
Or gonna shoot the shit.
Yeah. Shoot the shit.
All right, it's been real.
That was fun. That was a good episode. Way better than